Hi, I'm Alison and welcome to the China Repair Studio. So today I thought I would show you how to repair chipped pottery, porcelain or china. Now I have here an example of Dick Turpin, who is a piece of Staffordshire pottery and which is English, and he is missing part of his hat here. So I thought what I would do is I would show you how I would repair this. Now Staffordshire pottery is very easy to break. It was made quite crudely and it was painted quite crudely, usually by home workers, sometimes children. And so they do, come under a lot of damage. Now this one, I have repaired him slightly. His neck had come off, and as you can see here, this had all come off as well, and I have glued this back onto place, his body and also his head, and I've filled him in here and I've put with milliput and I've sanded him and I've started the first lot of paint, and I will in another demo show you how I would actually finish him off with this and this with his hair, but I thought I'd do this all at the same time. So today what's left with him is, looking at him, is, as I say, just parts of his hat here. So what we're going to do first is make sure, and it seems very silly but very important, that our nails and our hands are very clean, because you don't want to be transferring any dirt into the milliput. Right, so now here I have some milliput. This is what I tend to use for, adding little extra pieces. Now milliput does come in a variety of colours. We have white, terracotta, brown, black. Here I'm using white. Now when you open it up, it does come in two parts, a white and a yellow, and you want to mix it up together, bind it together if you like, literally, until it's nice, almost feels like blue tack. So, looking at him here, you won't need that large amount, so probably one part there, and make sure as soon as you've taken it out of its packing to wrap it right up straight away so it doesn't dry out. So that's one part. Then let's get the other part. So to kind of judge roughly if it's 50-50, maybe a bit less. So again, so I've got another part onto that. Again, wrap it right up. So we have two pieces of milliput. So what you do is you squeeze it and you mix it in really well together with your fingers. And you know when it's mixed in well because you won't see the two colours. So the one in the blue packet, the part of milliput in the blue packet, is quite yellow, and the other one is quite white, which is actually quite good because you can then tell when it's mixed together nicely, because you won't see any different tones. This may take 1 or 2 minutes. If you live in a warm country, it will be more pliable and it tends to be, it's easier to work. If it's got very cold, if the milliput's been in a cold area of your home, it will be quite hard to begin with, and it will take a little while for it to really blend in. But once it's blended in, you can see here there's no different colour, it's all the same colour tone. Now we're going to take Dick Turpin here, this cap here. Now as you can see, it's just there, so I want to apply, sort of see what sort of size it is first. You can sort of judge it. I'll start making the shape. One thing I will say with milliputs, I always end up putting in too much milliputs. You only need a little bit, but it's better to have too much than not enough. And then just put it on where he's missing. Now you want to get as much of the rough shape as you can, because if you don't, it's going to make more work later when you do the sanding. So if you can make it literally That's where he is. He was missing a bit down there as well, so you want to blend that in. As you can see, it's starting to make the shape now. The thicker you make it, the harder work it is. As I say, if you get it exactly, literally right where it needs to be, you'll find you'll have a lot less work on when it comes to sanding. Now it's always good to have some kitchen roll on the table as well, or your work surface, because you don't actually want to be getting anything on there and you don't want to be losing anything, so that's always useful. And another thing I always have on hand is a very small cup of water, because once we've got our put into place and I'm quite happy with it, you can then you can actually take bits away and smooth it with some water on your finger, and that will make it easier again when it comes to sanding. So now I've got his hat kind of in place there. I'm going to start to take away bits and pieces because, as I say, so if you get your finger, just put it into the water and you can start to smooth him down slightly, and then you can start to move him. That's better. So as you can see, I'm just smoothing him down, taking away some bits because we don't need it to be so thick. So there, start smoothing any bits and pieces. Smoothing it round. It's fine, but you know you have the water to help fix. Again, with the kitchen roll, you can always wipe your hands with the kitchen roll, so it's always useful to have it, you know, to wipe with as well. And then it's starting to look good. And then you'll see, now you just got to keep looking and making sure you have the right shape and just keep adjusting. I can see that's quite happy with that now. It's looking good. See there, it goes up quite a bit, and take some of that off. And it's just a case of tweaking and moving him around. As I say, you don't want too much milliput, but you want enough so it will blend in as well. But I do find using a bit of water does help. I'll take a bit off there. If you've got too much water, you can just dry it off. But it does help with the smoothness, and so you can really get to those lines as well with the water. And just move it and get the angle right. I can see it goes in slightly here on his hat. So just move that towards. Never go with the milliput. When you are doing this method, you don't want to be working away from the milliput. If you work away from the milliput, you're more likely to get ridge and it's going to peel off. So you want to work towards the actual item. So for instance, the milliput's here, so I wouldn't go that way, I would go this way. Again, a bit of water, and yeah, I think we're kind of there. So what I'll do now I've got, you can see against me, you can see it better against the navy. Now I have him already in place. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this for, I don't know, it's going to be 24 hours to dry and to set, and then afterwards I'm going to sand him, and then after sanding he'll be ready for painting. So there we are, how to repair chipped pottery, porcelain and also china, and I will see you hopefully in the next one. And again, if you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe, please share, and yeah, and I'll see you in the next video with him. Okay, bye.